Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's your girl, Mary Jane. Please like, comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. I also would just like to ask everyone if you can like the video to let me know if you like the video and, am I reviewing the right show? And also, as well, it'll introduce me to more audience. It'll show up in your playlist or your likes, and other people get to see who I am, I guess. So, anyways, let's talk Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 4, Episode 6. What an episode, huh? So we get off with, we get off with, we start with, that's just from Insecure. We start with, Nikki, baby, she's getting up out the car. She's going to go see Hazel-E. Hazel-E is she's shopping with her man Rose Burgundy, and she's buying him clothes. He's trying on clothes for her. He's like her model. And she said, it ain't tricking if you got it. So Nikki, wants to talk to, Hazel-E to let her know, hey, what's going on with you and Chantel West? That's my girl. She went to the prom with my brother, and we all know Nikki brother committed suicide. So she's just trying to see, like, yo, what's going on? Hazel, I heard you was acting up. You was really about that life, and you almost got into a fight with her. You're like, what, you weigh more than her, you're way bigger than her, so why are you coming at her like that? And that's not the professional Hazel-E that I know, and that's not a good look for you either, Hazel-E. So you know what, I just came here to see what was good, see if I can have you and Chantel West meet up and talk and work things out, because you guys can both help each other. And so Nikki was like to Rose Burgundy, was your girlfriend acting up? Was Hazel-E acting up? He was like, nah, it was the other girl. She was popping off. And Hazel-E was like, yep, that's my man, that's my baby, he better have my back. And so um Nikki baby was like, oh, you got him trained. He's trained. Yes, he is. He's trained for the money, baby. He works hard for the money, so you better treat him right. So so Hazel-E agrees to meet up with, Chantel, especially after Nikki told her that, her brother took, Chantel West to the prom. So I guess they're gonna hash that out, and we'll see. So what happened with that situation? Chantel West meets up with, Hazel-E. They apologize to each other. They both call each other the underdogs, and they make up. So they're friends now, and basically they're gonna help each other, because Chantel West was like, "Yo, look, um, people don't consider you as much as they don't consider me, so I thought we can just help each other and work together, and I thought doing a video for you would, having you produce a video for me will help you get a good look, and we can work together." So they realized that they're gonna work together and do this thing right. And Hazel-E was also said she's sorry, and she was like, yo, I thought it was from the OC, but the way you popped off and the way security had you about that life. So now they make up, so it's all good. So that situation is done. So then we get to, Tiffany and AD are meeting up at the bar, whatever. And Tiffany does not like Monique, saying that she was like, "Oh, Monique let you out. Would you give her Benadryl? Or what happened? How did you sneak out?" And all this other stuff. So Tiffany basically thinks Monique is a bad influence on AD, and that she's not really a lesbian, because she had so much, penis her whole life, and now all of a sudden she is a lesbian. And so Tiffany is just trying to let AD know, hey, listen, I've been your friend for 15 years, and I know when you're getting used. It's like she takes up all your money, she takes up all your time, and you're like a living babysitter. Like you take care of Cam, not her. And so that situation, it seems like sometimes it's not a good idea to tell your best friends everything that you're going through in a relationship, because then they bring it up, and they just because you forgive your boyfriend or your girlfriend, your best friend is not going to, and it's going to always throw it up in your face. So you just got to make sure, be careful with the details that you tell somebody that you do love, if you're going to continue to be in a relationship with this person, because your friends or your family going to be like, yo, that's not cool, I'm not forgiving that person for what they done to you. Maybe you can forgive, but I ain't. So anyways, what happens? Monique showed up, and she was like, and They was like, what are you, Tiffany was like, what is she doing here? And Moniece was like, what is she doing here? And so then, Moniece was like, I got a date with AD. And so AD was like, she came an hour early. And so Tiffany didn't want to have drinks at all with, Moniece. She was too through with Moniece or whatever. So AD and Moniece, they leave. And they're having a conversation about Tiffany. And so Moniece says, well, I know she wants you. She wants to be with you. She's a skank. She's a scallywag. She's jealous of what you got or whatever. And, I could tell. Maybe you can't tell because you're so manly. But I'm a female, and I know when another female wants something. So Moniece is saying that, Tiffany is out. I think her name is Tiffany, is out to get AD from her. So we'll see what happens with that situation. So we get to, Solo Lucci. Solo Lucci meets up in a parking lot with his baby's mother. Is the baby mother named Tiffany again? Oh, Sarah. Is her name Sarah? So Solo Lucci meets up with Sarah or whatever, and in the parking lot, Sarah's calling Solo Lucci a dog, a no good, saying that he's not a good father. He hasn't signed the birth certificate. He left his son. He didn't leave her no money. He didn't leave her no funds. He just came out here, and every time he dates a new female, what does he do? He forgets about his son. He forgets about her. And so she was like, you told me that you was going to give me an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment. We was going to live together. And he was like, no, the hell I didn't. I didn't tell you none of that. And he was like, yo, you're getting mad at, And so Sarah was like, you're out here with Alexis Sky and all this other stuff. You cheated on me with her. And so Solo Lucci corrected. He was like, I did not cheat on you with Alexis Sky. I wasn't with you when I was with Alexis Sky. And anyways, I'm not going to be with you, and I don't want to be with you. And she was like, oh, you haven't signed the birth certificate. You're no good NIGGA. You're nothing. You're never going to be nothing. You're a loser. So it's just like for Sarah to say all that to him, it's like, so you're wishing bad upon your baby's father. You're wishing that his career doesn't amount to nothing, that he doesn't go nowhere in life. If that's the case, that means that your child father ain't gonna be no good, ain't gonna have nothing. And so I hope Sarah doesn't say these things to her son or her child that she has with Solo Lucci, because that's like the worst thing to do, is to put your baby's father, your baby mother down in front of the child. Leave that shit to adults or whatever. And so then, also Solo Lucci was like, you kept me away from my child and all this other stuff. And Sarah was like, because you wasn't around, you went 3 days with Alexis Sky, you was doing this. He was like, that got nothing to do with you. I call him, I want to see my son, you're keeping him away, or my daughter, you're keeping our child away from me. So it's just like, it seems like Sarah's one of them bitter baby mamas that she would hold her child hostage, so he can't see the child. If he doesn't have the money, he doesn't have the finance, that's one thing. But if he's trying to be there emotionally support the child, then let that bond be there. But I know she's upset because he did not sign the birth certificate. And Solo Lucci says the reason why he didn't sign the birth certificate, because he did that before and he found out that the baby wasn't his. And I know a friend that was in that situation. He signed the birth certificate thinking the baby was his, and he was forced to pay child support for like 4 or 5 years. And then once he finally got the judge to order to get a paternity test, comes to find out the child's not his. But it took another year for him to get off of child support. So I understand that point, but I don't know if Solo Lucci's just being a downright loser. So we'll see what happens. But we know in the other episode, Solo Lucci was like, yo, was telling Alexis Sky, I wouldn't have my baby mother come up to your photo shoot, anything like that. We gotta remember kids are involved. So it seems like he has a conscious mind about his child and the welfare of his child. So if Sarah's saying that she's broke and she don't got no money, he left her hand the fence or whatever, how the hell did she get to LA? Was it VH1 paid for her to get to LA and paying for her to be in an apartment to chase around Solo Lucci and to chase around Alexis Sky? So where's the child at now? So who's watching the child? So evidently it's not a big deal if the child has money or not, because somebody's taking care of the child back in Atlanta and you're here. So what's up with that? Sounds like bad parenting all the way around. Let's not just throw the finger at one parent. Let's throw it at both if we're going to throw it at all. But this is TV. They both could be good and wonderful parents. We don't know. I don't know. So anyways, we're going to move forward. So, she calls him an absentee father and all this other stuff. So we'll see if he's able to be around his child. We'll see if his child's going to be on the show, introduced to the show. And we'll see how long Sarah stays around in LA. Let's see how long Love and Hip Hop Hollywood keep her posted in California. We'll find out, right? Won't we? Won't we find out? Won't we find out? So then we move forward. We move to Cisco and Tia Marie. They meet up at the park. They're chilling. They're talking. And, Cisco's telling Tia Marie that he's very disappointed in her. Things hasn't been the same. They haven't been together. Tia Marie is saying, like, I pushed back from you because I didn't know if you had my back or not. I don't know. And, like, you didn't want to answer my question. You got all hostile. I had hostility towards me when I was asking you, did you have my back, and what did my girls say? And so, Cisco was like, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did that. I should have answered your question right away, and I shouldn't have hesitated or questioned you. I should have known that you trust me. And also, I know you don't have a drinking problem as bad as your friends are saying. Your friends are saying that you got this way big, humongous alcohol drinking problem. You wake up with you wake up in the morning with a bottle in your mouth type of problem. And I know you don't have that. I know you don't have a problem like that. Your problem ain't even that serious. And Tia Marie was like, thank you, because it ain't, baby. And so Tiama, so Cisco is like, how can we get back to where we was before, get things popping, get things back to normal? Can I get a hug? Can I get a kiss? She was like, well, you can get a hug, but you can't get a kiss yet. And she was like, you know what, I want to go shopping. I want you to buy me some clothes, take me to Hollywood Boulevard and get me dressed up. So he says yes, and they go to a nice expensive boutique with a nice stylist with blonde dreads inside, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be in that situation. And so for this, so now Cisco and Tia Marie is gonna work on building their trust, but she's working with a snake, and he's a snake in the grass. I'm surprised you didn't see any of the other episodes of Cisco. He's always been a cheater. He's always cheat. That's how he do. And then he throws up in your face what he buys for you and what he does for you. And he yells at you, and he try to make you look stupid in front of people and make you look stupid in front of the camera, because he did it last season. So moving forward, we're gonna go to Booby. Booby Booby meets up with Zelly and little Fizz or whatever. And so Fizz is introduced to Zelly. Zelly says he's gonna be the wingman. And also Booby's talking about, like, he got his own apartment. He needs to have a bachelor party. I have no idea why. So they're talking about having a party. Zelly says he gets it, and he's the number one wingman. He can get whatever you want. Fizz was like, I want classy, I want ghetto, and somebody that don't want to be tamed. So Zelly jumps into the pool, almost pulls off his shorts, and almost shows us his wee wee, but we didn't see it. Thank you. And so he jumped in the pool, and he brings some girls back, and he introduced these young ladies to the group. And I guess it's going to be what it's going to be with that situation. So Zelly saying that, all the girls got drama, so he's going to hang with the guys and do some guys thing. He's down with the boys. He's down with the gang. He's down with the crew. So we'll see. And so Booby is ready to tell Keisha Cole that he's moving on. And he also, tell Fizz that he's been doing some new music. And she's been doing music with Brooke Valentine. And Fizz is like, ooh, I haven't heard of her in a long time. Fizz is saying in his head, we both got something in common because we both been off the scene. So he was like, okay, that's a good look. Fizz was like, damn, you couldn't get anybody sooner, or somebody that, at least been on the radio, in the last 4 years. So we'll see what happens with that situation. So they're all cooling and chilling, and it looks like they're having a good time. Do you guys think them girls are actors or extras? So that Zelly introduced these young lady to these guys. So are these girls extra? Are they part of the crew? Because that was real easy. They came over, or they just know they were filming and they want to be stars too, overnight stars. So then we move forward, and we get to Mosika and Moniece are talking to Ray. Ray just moved from DC. He used to be down with the girls. He used to be their husband until he went away for like 5 years, and Zelly came in. So Ray actually just tells him, like, hey, listen, I've been jealous. I didn't know who this guy is. It's like I've been replaced, and it just hurts. And it's like, um Mosika and Monique could do a better job of mending their relationship. It's like, Mosika is just making sure that it stay messy, not really confiding in both of them. Like, okay, Ray, I know you understand this, you feel this way, but they need to do it like in a more, private way where first talk on the phone together or something, because it doesn't make any sense, because right now it's just jealousy, because they don't neither one of them wants to be pushed out of Mosika and out of Moniz and Naya's life, because they've been around each other for so long, but Ray took a break and Zelly's been here for like the last 5 years or whatever. So there's a really good way to integrate friends back into friend's life, and they're not doing a really good job. They should be speaking very positive and not putting them in a catty situation, which it seems like they could really be friends and have a good time, and it's like they want the shade to happen. So they tell Mr. Ray, they tell Ray that, hey, I want you to, come to dinner with us and meet up with Zelly or whatever. They should have told Zelly Swag that, hey, Ray's gonna be there and this is his issue. And what is your issue? You feel the same way too? Well, you know what? We both love you guys, and let's all hang out. Let's all go do something like interesting together where there's no glasses, no food, or, go to counseling or something. Go to like, do something where somebody can intervene to introduce Zelly and Ray together, so they don't be bickering and fighting over catty stuff. But anyways, it's good for TV, right? So then Zelly, so then Zelly's going to go meet up with Ray soon. So anyways, Ray was like, yo, I feel like I was replaced by some ghetto prophet replacement. So and so then we see Ray, his boyfriend that he just started dating since he moved to LA, name is Vic or whatever, and they introduce him to the ladies, and it's all good. So moving on from that, so and Moniece, she talks about she wants to mute Tiffany, which is AD's best friend, and she wants to mute her by beating her down to the ground. And so then moving on from that, we get so now we're at the dinner. So it is Moniece. No, Moniece didn't show up. It's Naya and it's Mosika and Ray's there, and so Zelly Swag, he walks in swagging himself around, and so now it was like, can we talk? Let's get things going together. Let's see. It was like Ray feels this way about the situation. Feels like he's been replaced. Then Zelly said he feels like he's trying to be replaced. Like these are his girls now. And Ray was like, no, these are my girls. So if the females would make these guys feel secure in their position in their life, they wouldn't be like bickering among each other. So Zelly was like, I'm not this, I'm not dude, I'm not this, and I'll beat this, and I'll beat you, I'll beat that, I'll be what, I'm ghetto, and I'm everything above, and all this other stuff. So he's just trying to toot his own horn. Ray was like, okay, that's cool, and all that other good stuff. But first, let's get to you DMing my man. And so he was like, if I was DMing him, he must have or he must have wanted to go down on me or whatever. Or I already had him. And are you paying him, Ray? Mr. Blowfish himself? Are you paying him, calling him fat and all this other stuff? Are you paying him or whatever? So that's when Ray got upset and threw a drink right, a hit Zelly this time. Zelly couldn't dodge it like the Matrix, like he did the other drinks from Alexis Sky. So he got hit with a drink, and then Zelly throws food. And so then Ray screaming like, you ain't nothing but a ghetto. You moved to LA with a black healthy bag, calling him a black B word. And, Zelly's calling him a fat person, this and that. Then, Mosika and Naya are looking at the DM printout that Ray left on the table. They're laughing and giggling about it. Zelly Swag is acting up, yelling. He smashed the paper on the table. Was like, yeah, I had him outside. I fucked him outside or something like that. He said, and they all laughing about. His name is Byron, and so Ray gets dragged out of the restaurant, and Zelly's all sweat faced. He looks like he got water all over himself, and he's just yelling and screaming. And it was like he was set up too, because he didn't even know he was gonna be meeting up with Ray, but he rolled with the punches, he rolled with the drinks, and he threw some food. So and Naya and Masika just sitting there snickering and giggling like, I would have threw drinks and food on them, but we're not down with that violence. We're not down with that. But it's just like, it seemed like it was all set up to be. And how come, Ray didn't mention this to like Masika or whatever, so she can talk to, Zelly about it, so it wouldn't be so hostile between them two, because it really seems like if they were friends, it'll make much more sense on the show. So we're gonna get to, so who else do we have next? And so Boogie goes to talk to, Keisha Cole, let him know that he appreciates her for everything, but he got his own path. He wants to stay in his son's life forever, keep the routine up, keep the family bond going. Keisha Cole says, that sounds good. Let's get some drinks. And she was like, you're about to leave the nest. She's happy. Peace. Deuces. And so that's when Booby thinks he's going to be moving on to, who, Brooke Valentine, but she's still stuck on Marcus. We'll see. So AD is outside playing ball with Cameron. Fizz shows up. She wants to talk to Fizz about like, hey, Fizz is like, yo, so how's Monique doing? Is everything okay with her? Like, Fizz is alluding that, she's not stable, and she's kind of loco. And so AD was like, she's doing good, she's very stable, but we're having problems going on, and she's jealous of this, she's jealous of my friend of 15 years. She's, so things between us are not going well. We're not having sex. And Snap Fizz was like, I don't really care. But he was like, yo, you really helped Monique out. You made her stable. You're making her do a lot better. Like, I haven't had any problems with her because of you being there. She has built more of a bond and more of a relationship with her son Cameron. So Fizz is alluding to that, Monique really don't have a relationship with Cameron. She doesn't really have a bond with him because she is kind of like unstable, like he's trying to allude to. That is just my interpretation. And so he was like, since you've been around, he's been Monique has been bonding with Cameron and being really close with Cameron, and their relationship is developing much better. I'm not having any problems out of her and things like that. You're really doing a wonderful job. You're wonderful to Cameron. You're wonderful this. You're doing everything. So the way that Fizz is describing what AD is doing for Monique and having her stable, it seems like AD's best friend does kind of like got a point that, hey, you are becoming mother, father, and your whole time and everything that you do is devoted to Monique and her child, which that is a good thing when you're in a relationship. But you can't leave your peoples behind, and you got to make sure that if you're doing all that person is getting help. And I don't know if she's on medication or not. I'm not an advocate of medication, but some people got to do what some people got to do. So we'll see what happens with that situation. It seems like Monique is going to be going off on Tiffany, and so Fizz is just like, thank you so much. You've been the best. Like, I've never seen her like this good in this bond, in this relationship. So I don't know if he's throwing shade towards Monique, or he's actually just really being honest and telling the truth and giving AD props. And so then we get to Tiffany and AD. They started talking. She was like, let's talk about how your girlfriend's a liar. She always lies. She's not a lesbian. She's using you. And all of a sudden, like, she likes all these cocks, and now she likes, vagina. She was like, you're the mother, you're the father, you raised that boy, you take care of him, you do everything for that child. She's not even helping, you. And so you can, the way AD replies, like, we, it almost sounds like AD is like, yeah, it's just me. So she was just like, yo, I think it's a bad idea. It was like, you're taking over. You want to marry this woman. You want to have children with this woman. When you're doing everything now, it's going to get even worse. And so then AD was like, yo, don't be coming at me like that, because what about all the relationships you've been into and all the cover-ups that you have? How much cover-up do you have on? So does that mean that Tiffany's been in an abusive relationship, or she's been hiding the skeletons of her bad relationship, and she's been in just a similar bad relationship as AD's? And so who is she to judge? You can't call the kettle black if you're already black yourself. So I guess that's what AD's alluding to. But it seems like Tiffany knows the info, and so also AD says, yes, I shouldn't have told her all my business, because now she's using it against me. So maybe you shouldn't tell your best friend everything. Yes, especially if you're going to stick by that person, because or if you know that whoever you're telling has a forgiving, energy that can move forward with you and not hold what happened in your relationship against that person. So when they see you happy, they still like, why are you happy? They did this to you last week, or they did that to you 2 years ago. So we'll see how that situation goes, what happens with that. And so, Moniece is just really thinking that Tiffany wants to have sex with AD or be back with AD. But we do learn that AD and Tiffany did have a relationship back in the day, but it didn't work. So Moniece could be hitting something right. She could be actually picking up on that Tiffany may want, AD, just seeing how AD is just such a mother and a father towards Cameron and Moniece. So we'll see how that situation goes. Then we get Tiara Marie. Tiara Marie goes to the clothing shop. She's at the boutique with the guy with the dreads. Her and Cisco walk in and they're looking for clothes. And the boutique guy was like, yeah, blah blah blah. And then who comes out of the dressing room is none other than Amber. And Amber has on this scally, skanky outfit, but it looks gorgeous on her because she has a beautiful face, beautiful body, and it fits her perfectly. But she's showing way too much. But you know what? That's how they do it. So, and they're in LA, I guess. But so, anyways, she's like, "Hey, babe," and her and Tia Marie greet each other and say, "Hey, how you doing? You're beautiful. Oh, you pretty too." And so she goes, "Hey, babe, how you doing?" And then she's looking at Cisco, Tia Marie's looking at Cisco and her. And she was like, "Hey, babe," and she goes and she gives, Cisco a hug. She's like, "What you mean, babe? What's up with that? What's going on?" And so then, Amber's like, "No, what's going on?" And so, they're hugging, and so Tia Marie's like, this is not cool. Something's wrong with the situation. And then she was like, "Oh, that's my nigga." And then Tara goes, "No, that's my nigga," or whatever. And it was like, "No, he's with me. No, he's with me." And Cisco's just standing there and was like, "Tiara, Tiara." Tiara was like, "I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here." And so Amber was like, "You're my nigga. You're my nigga. You're my dick. Where you going? Where you going?" And so, Tia Marie is running outside, and then she's trying to get loose from security to go fight, Amber, because Amber was like, "That's my man. Where you going with my man?" And Amber also says, "Why you out here chasing this old shit? You got the new shit right here." I was like, whoa, that was, what I'm saying, a low blow. I mean, a really, really bad low blow. So, oh my God, that was a really, really, really bad low blow. And so Tia Marie, she gets in the van, she gets in the truck and she's trying to bounce or whatever. And so Amber, she goes back inside the shop. She's crying, whatever. The stylist is telling her not to cry, don't yell. He ain't worth the tears or whatever. Tia Marie's like, "Oh, so this is what you're doing." Cisco was like, "Yo, we wasn't getting along in LA. Things wasn't working out like it's supposed to be. I knew her from before. So when we went to New York and we made up, we started a relationship. We came back here or whatever to LA. Everything was cool, but you started acting shady. You started dissing yourself towards me and all this other stuff. So, I called her up or whatever." And so Amber is inside, like, "Where's he going? He's supposed to be coming after me." So Tiara Marie was like, "I'm gonna F you up. You know what? F you, blah, blah, blah. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. You're not gonna play these games. You're not gonna give me some stupid excuse and for me to fall for it, because I ain't that type of chick, because I don't really need you, because I got Johnny Walker Black at the crib, baby." And so anyways, Cisco was like, "Yo, if you wasn't acting right, it's all your fault." He's trying to throw the blame on her, making her feel bad or whatever. So basically, if she really wants to get clean from drinking, if she does have a drinking problem, she should not focus on a man to help her. And basically, she'll be running back to her girlfriends, and her girlfriends will have her back and be like, "See, I told you so." But you know what? At least you can go back to your girlfriends and they can say, "I told you so." And you'll have more faith in them. So anyway, Cisco is just like, "It's your fault," trying to throw the blame. Just sounds just like a cheater, trying to make it your fault. Tia Marie was like, "You know what? We did a hit song. Let's just do business together." Because it seems like Tia Marie really just want to do music too as well. But it was fun, having a little relationship with him. But we'll see. We see Tia Marie still chasing down Cisco. They're still gonna be going at it on the next episode. So we'll see what happens. Tia Marie just can't catch a mother effing break. Anyways, peace. I'm out. Deuces. One love. Good night, my peeps.